Nige, you start.
Welcome.
Go for it.
Welcome to Dragging On, a new drag racing podcast to be broadcast weekly right here on Stepping Out with Nigel podcasts. I'm Nigel Fitzmaurice. Many of you will know me from other radio stations, but also from my time on Nitro FM from the 80s and obviously not so long ago as well at Santa Pod Raceway. The interviews that you would have seen now on my podcasts. You'll find out who we all are as we go through the show. And what we'd like you to do is to get in touch with us by basically letting us know who you are, would you like to be getting involved. And it's only possible with all of you racers and teams getting involved with us, but we'll cover that in just a little while. Here's Dave.
Hello.
Hello, Dave.
You all right?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm normally other side of the camera. I
Yep.
do all the filming, editing for it, everything like that. Pictures, put up on Facebook, any editing bits that we need doing, I'll do.
Yeah. So you're always the other side, but very, very useful to what we do.
Definitely.
Okay. That's Dave. And then now we have Dan Welbury.
Thank you very much. I feel like I'm missing out because you boys have got Nigel and Dave on your shirt, and I've just got Monaco.
Yeah, you've
That's
got
where the
beard
rich
envy,
people.
what
That's-
you've got.
Yeah, but the rich people hang out there.
That's how I roll. I love that
indeed.
I love that Nigel, you and I have to read our intros, but Dave's so good at this, he just does it straight off the cuff. So
It's the beard.
I'm loving your beard, mate. I've got beard envy. That's really impressive. So I'm going to read my intro because there's so much to say. Not really. Dan Welbury, long-time drag racing fan since I was 10 years old. I was a crew member with Andy Carter on his Top Fuel Dragster. I've also been involved in a couple of drag racing books. I was co-author with Andy on his King of Europe book. And I'm also the author of the Haynes Top Fuel Dragster Manual. And then most recently, some of you that were at Dragstalgia, you would have heard some of my waffly colour commentary on the Cannonball class at this year's Dragstalgia. I've got 4 kids, 3 of them at home. Elijah, he wants to be the next Lewis Hamilton, but, well, that's probably, it's a big dream, right? But he and I are going to be hitting the sportsman ranks next year with our 66 Mustang. My 2 other kids at home, Eden and Buddy, they are going to be doing their licensing for junior dragster to compete next year as well with the West End team. So thank you to Kevin and Shelley for helping us with that. And I should also mention that I am one of your proud sponsors for the Stepping Out with Nigel podcast through Tide Marketing, which my partner Vicky and I run together. So that is me.
Web design and digital needs.
There you go.
And more.
For all your web design and digital needs, Tide.marketing.
Absolutely. Okay, you know that. So this show is only made possible basically because you, the racers out there, we need your help in keeping us up to date with all of your latest news. You'll be able to email us at nigelfitzmaurice, all lowercase, yahoo.com, sorry. And you can be the star of our next episode. That'd be nice. Take part. Come and say hello. Obviously, we will get in touch with you in the meantime to be doing podcasts and everything else. We do travel around all over the place. So now, one of our other sponsors, Mr. Steve Ashdown. Basically, Steve is the pilot, if you like, of the Shock. No, it's not Shockwave. Yeah. Steve
Blast from
is
the past.
the pilot of the Undertaker fuel funny car, and thank you for his update that what he had right here now for you. So ahead of this year's European finals at Santa Pod, we have acquired a new clutch after suffering major damage and drama at the Bug Jam funny car, and all around good stuff that he had to do. And he was racing alongside other people there. Obviously, Terry Haddock had a problem with his, but Andy Raw was there with his Bug Jam. We'll talk about that a bit later on. Okay, so now we are here now with Dave Bryant, who's done an amazing job with the crew on getting the car back and ready and looking forward to being number one FC funny car number one spot again. So, Steve, I'm sure you'll get there. You've got competition there now. So we have Dan Kevin Kent. Obviously, Patrick Purrs is now going to be racing in Showtime.
Yep.
And then we have Dale Leaks as well, now licensed and ready to go, of course. And then Andy Raw has got to do one more, I think it's one more pass, and that'll be done on the Wednesday, hopefully. And then that'll be for the shootout.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant just the growth of the funny car class again. I mean, like the big show funny cars, 5 of them, as you say, are scheduled for the finals. And Steve had said in his notes here they're going to be testing on the Wednesday test day as well. So they've got, we'll talk about Andy Raw in a minute, but Andy's obviously going to be doing that day. So hopefully that, all the creases will be ironed out and the funny cars will be running hard at the finals.
Yeah, indeed. So we look for some really, really good times there as well. We've had some really good times.
I mean, he even said, at Book Jam when we were there, he was even saying how good it is for Dale to be doing it. He's going to make, he's going to do well.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of potential.
Oh, yeah. Because when Dale drives that car, he just thinks he's going to the shops. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's a madman, isn't he, that Leaks boy?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love his attitude, and it was so good to be at Dragstelgia. No, it wasn't Dragstelgia. Was it main event when he on the last run, where everything kind of hooked up and went well for him, and it was good to see him running hard.
So Steve's ready to go. We know that the others are getting ready to go as well. Preparations to keep the team. Obviously, Dave Bryant leads the team as well. So we're looking forward to seeing The Undertaker and all of those out at the Euro finals. Looking forward to that immensely. Thanks, Steve, for your assistance as well. So that's that. Now then, we move on. Andy Raw. Is it Andy Raw? Sorry, Dan, can you...
No, you've jumped on a little bit, but that's fine. We were going to talk about, Dave was going to talk about Paul Marsden.
I think we've got
Dave, you've got an update from Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Well, at the minute he's got COVID, hasn't he, Nigel?
Yeah.
First time ever he's got it. He has sent us a little update. August bank holiday. Yet another event at Manston. Full quarter of a mile. Race team, spectators, welcome. Arrive Friday 22nd, which is set-up day. Leeds bank holiday Monday. The drag strip will be open. Testing on the Friday. Saturday and Sunday will be racing. Gates will open at 8. £40 entry for an adult for the weekend. What else has he said? Let's have a look. £20 per day. Children under 16 at half price. Children under 10 at free. You'll be all right, Nigel. You'll get in for no.
Absolutely.
You can pay at the gate. You would like cash preferable, but you can pay by card as well. Also, they're going to be having new merchandise there for the next one. Hopefully, it'll all turn up in time. So that's good. Run what you brung all day until closing around 5 every day. So that'll be good if you want to do that. It's always good fun to see. Streetcar shootout again, both Saturday and Sunday, which is free to enter. All street cars, street tyres only, no slicks. Also it features no prep class, big tyres, small tyres, and tailgate. So that's the update from Paul. Hopefully you'll be all right as well soon, mate.
Yeah, and camping is free of charge as well.
Yeah, and dogs are welcome. It is grassroots.
Yeah.
Camping, they've got fresh water and everything and facilities there for you if you need it.
But you can go local. There's loads of stuff local.
There's plenty of stuff there, yeah.
I've not.
Oh, that's really good. Thanks, Paul, for that.
Yeah, I've not made it to Manston. You boys have.
Oh, you're missing out. You
I
need to
know,
go.
I know. I mean, like, what's it like there? It look from what I've seen and the video content I've seen, it's looking pretty good.
From what
Basically, go on, Dave.
from what he started with to what he's put there, I mean, it's not permanent. He only had it for a year, but I'm hoping it can be extended.
Brilliant.
The equipment that he's got and he's put there, it's really good.
Brilliant.
I mean, we've been a few times just for the day, and it draws a lot of people in.
He's
Really does.
he does a lot of mentioning of the stuff at Manston on his Facebook page, and I think he's under Paul No Prep. Is that right?
Paul No Prep, yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm flying here a little bit, winging it, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So if anybody wants to find out any more on Facebook, look at Paul No Prep,
and also the Manston Park Raceway as well.
Is that on Facebook, Nigel?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Also, the track has got a lot better. It's extended now as well, so there's a whole lot going for it. Let's just fingers crossed that it carries on, because it's a bit like it's a baby. Well, it's not even a baby version. It's a similar situation to Melbourne and down here. So we've got one up north, and we've got one down here, and obviously we've got the premier one in Santa Pod. So there's other places where the cars can go and have a play and learn the ropes, if you like.
Seems like a good time for UK drag
other
racing.
thing, like, credit to everyone. I mean, a lot of people have volunteered and given a lot of time. Even like cleaning the track, de-weeding stuff and that. A lot of people have helped to get it to where it is now.
Brilliant. Sounds good. I'm definitely going to have to make my way up there soon. So
you need to bring your streetcar down there then.
Yeah, the Mustang will be there. It might be next year, assuming that, hoping that Paul's still running it next year, and then we can get the Mustang up
or you can give it a whirl beforehand. Anyway.
There we go. So moving on, this week's news does seem to be funny car dominated, and by my book, there's nothing wrong with that. Tony Betts, a name that many of you drag racing fans will know. Tony, who runs the Venom Nostalgia Funny Car team. He was kind enough to give me a bit of insight at Dragstalgia, and he's given us a little bit of news here. He says, "Hi all from the Venom's Snake Pit." Hi, Snake Pit. With regards to the Dragstalgia weekend, we have just landed back on Earth after obviously one of our best weekends where they won the event, and I think they set PBs, didn't they? They were. I know they were running
a personal best, a European record.
Incredibly hard. I mean, and consistent as well. That's what I loved about Tony's car. It's just consistent numbers each time. Crew have worked very hard, but meticulously as always. We're now looking towards the Euro finals, and we are pretty much ready. Just a couple of tweaks, a few little things that we've noticed over the last few meetings. A bit of playing the kingpins, which will be attended to with new bronze bushes. Can't go wrong with a bronze bush. Chute cables now have new routes from the actuators to enable no hindrance. And so they've sorted all of that out and reprogrammed the race pack dash to suit the requirements. Martin Hill of Jet Car fame is going to be giving the trailer a bit of an overhaul, so that's all sorted. New fuel pipes that will need looking at, and they will be sending those to the lads at Hydro Hose Services Limited of Chelmsford, who are one of Tony's sponsors, so we must mention them. I mentioned this at Dragstalgia with the news update. Tony gave me 2 new Alan Johnson engines ready to go to John Wright to get ready for and prep for next year, because they're already thinking ahead. And he says for 2026, we are actively looking for sponsors. So, I mean, Tony and the team do an incredible job, super hard working. Huge coverage. I know Daryl always takes the mick by the size of the crew, so there'll be hundreds and hundreds of crew shirts there that will be able to have your logos on. So if you're interested in sponsoring Venom, Tony would love to hear from you. He also talks about, we were chatting at Dragstalgia about 2-car team. His son Dean is going to be stepping up. He's just bought a Plymouth Scamp with a 540 big block Chevy air shifted turbo 400. That's a serious bit of kit. So far, Dean has only done a day, I think, at the track with Paul Marsden, who we mentioned earlier.
I
And his
think
drag
he'll be
racing.
going to Manston as well soon.
Yeah, so I think he's planning on taking the car to Manston and and getting some seat time so that car's ready to go for next year. So that's the
Yeah, I think
latest
Tony's
from the
going to
Snake
drive
Pit.
it. I think Tony's going to drive it off straight off. What I will say about, and it's the same with the other teams as well. Tony and his team are so family orientated, and they love having the kids around. They do like the Venom kids tattoos, and they just love the company, and they just love chatting to people, and they're very family orientated. So all the other teams as well. But it's just nice to see that in drag racing you can go in the pits, you can talk to the crews and your favourite drivers and everything else, and they'll come out and have a chat with you, which is great.
I don't think I've ever seen so many kids sat in a funny car as I have in Tony Bett's car.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity, he'll let kids have a seat in the car. I mean, what an experience! I remember when I was little to have an opportunity like that, be amazing. And
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
say, there's always colouring competitions. I know Dave, you've done a bit of colouring for.
I went out the lines though.
You went out the lines.
Oh yeah.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was going fast, so I thought I'd have to,
We had
blur it.
had a bit of movement to it. I love it.
Yeah, and I had the crane, so that's all right,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So, yeah, no, that's really cool. Yeah, so that's really, 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 really good. Yeah, so that's Tony's news. Andy Raw,
Yes, mate.
what a class act he was at Bug Jam, because obviously it's the Nitro Bug. Superb. And thanks very much for putting nice stickers and everything else on my buggy. Very much appreciated. So Andy Raw in his car, his class, thank you so much. Those people who's at Bug Jam, it's a Volkswagen event really, but he went out there and he nailed it. So he done really, really good. He's now looking forward to this year's European finals, especially with a 5-car field, which is going to be amazing. So he will be with the Rob Elson Motorsport team and the Texan. So a big show, funny cars. He's going into that now. And I believe he's back in that seat with the big bag Texan. And they'll be testing, as you said, Dan, on the Wednesday.
That's right.
We have a new setup on the car, and it will be perfect time for him to get his license as well. So, Andy, we wish you all the best with that. It is very top heavy, funny car. Next week, we've got the likes of Brian Pateman and what's been happening with him and the altered stuff that he's had to do ready for the Euros. Anyone wants to get in touch, happy to have you on board. We will be in touch at Euro finals and in between times. Let's get you on here. Nice to see you taking part, and also when we come and see you to do podcasts as well, please do get in touch.
I think
Also, if anybody wants to arrange one while we're there, feel free to send a message on Facebook on Stepping Out. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. I think what I love about what you've done, Nigel, with the Stepping Out with Nigel podcast and interview series is a lot of them have been with sportsman racers. And there's so many people in the sportsman ranks that, you know the cars, you know the names, but actually you don't get to put a face to the vehicle. And it's been so nice to see those interviews and have, okay, that's such and such who drives that car. I never knew what they look like. And get
They're
to
always
hear
looking at a helmet.
Yeah, well, exactly, and you get to hear the story and all that goes on. And this is unusual that we are very funny car dominant this particular week, but it's like you say, let's try and get as much news from the sportsman racers and everything else because, yeah, we need you guys. Just on that Andy Raw bit, there was one last line here. It says that we will also have some exciting news next week that we are just finalising at the moment.
Yes.
So hopefully in time for next week's episode, we will know what that exciting news is.
If not, I should be going up to Mr. Raw and knocking on his door. There you are. That rhymes, doesn't it? Fantastic.
Well,
I
it's
like
not
that,
Texan, so they might have to change the name on that one.
See what happens with that. So anyway, right. Now then, going back into the sportsman world, Dan. The Brown brothers.
Yeah.
What a
Well,
team.
Yeah,
team.
into the Wild Bunch. So
Yeah, and also wacky races with the Boulder
The
Brothers.
Boulder Brothers,
there
yeah.
you, there
Boulder
you,
Brothers. Yeah.
there you go. So yeah, the Brown Brothers. Many of you will know them from. I've seen these guys a few times. You know that I've been naughty and I've defected from time to time into the world of circuit racing, and spend a lot of
Roundy,
time.
roundy.
I know, going roundy racing, and I go to Silverstone to the festival that they do every year. It used to be called Silverstone Classic. I think it's just called Silverstone Festival now, and it's been amazing to see the drag racing guys turn up there. And Colin and the team put together an amazing collection of cars. They had Patrick Pear's funny car there last year firing up. Pro mods, everything. But these guys, the Brown Brothers, they do an amazing job of just kind of being huge advocates for the sport and talking about racing. And they've sent us a race report from Dragstelgia, which I will read word for word if that is okay, because there's a lot of good stuff here and it helps you to understand what it's like running these cars in the class. So after having a chat with the team, we decided to keep the tunes the same. Tune-ups, that is, they weren't playing music, and have a play with the tyre pressures. Nothing crazy, but just try something different. On the personal best run, Rob and I decided to pair up and just go and have some fun. We all love seeing videos and pictures of the cars side by side on track, so we just went for a play. We always have a little bit of brotherly competition. This is maybe what helped, and we both wanted a brotherly bragging rights, best reaction times, the best this and the best that, just being brothers. I know I am one of three boys, and I know what that's like. Side by side burnouts, back up together, a little bit of showmanship like the good old days, and then get down to the run. Thumbs up from the start line crew and the car crews. We're all happy staging the cars, and it was business time. We both pulled a .0 reaction time. Mine being in Rebel as a 0.051. That's pretty good. Apparently a lifetime in the junior ranks, but that was good for him. Left the line straight and strong. Pressures were all good, and she was hauling. Front wheels back down and carried on pulling. Bang her into second, and she's still going. Robin Roughchild got a good view as we charged on. Oil pressures, lovely. Fuel pressures, beautiful. This is like the depiction of like the perfect run, isn't it? Through the traps and off the loud pedal and slow her down. In the shutdown parking area, I parked up and do the shutdown routine, pressures again, RPMs, neutral RPMs and pressures again. Lean her out and kill the engine. Whilst I was doing that in Rebel, a moment later, Rob in the Rathchild car parked up, did the same procedure. We keep the processes exactly the same on both cars. I love that they're a family team as well. Dad is in the habit of keeping a straight face. We can hear chatter coming from the back of the truck. So this is like when they're at the top end and they've gone down to pick them up. Phones out and smiles, poker faces. And he started with Roughchild, a 10.110 at 128.83 mile an hour. We were very happy with that. Fist bumps and high fives. Then we go to Rebel, 8.319 at 158.50 mile an hour. There was a moment of silence as both cars and times were checked and the speeds sunk in. Haley then says, that's a new PB, TP. And that's when we all began cheering. I mean, what an achievement, like, to go and to run personal bests. I remember being with Andy and like whenever we ran quicker and quicker and set European records, it's just, and PBs and whatever, it's such a great feeling. Hooking the cars back up to tow back, cheering, yelling, laughing like we had won the lottery. We had in one case, as PBs are just so special, I could not agree more, and huge congratulations, guys, from all of us. They want to say thank you to everyone in the Wild Bunch. Big thank you to their super crew, Haley, Jess Bishop, Harley Coolsell, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and the dad. That's our dad's nickname. Mum and Rachel, Day, Bob and Karen, Track, all pitched in to help us. And most importantly, we had fun. We'd also like to say a big thank you to John Wright. He of tuning fame with Venom, we mentioned earlier, Mark Luton and Jeff and the Coulsals, and all our extended family for your help and guidance. They have really helped gain our confidence and get into the dark art of tuning and not being afraid to give it a go. And they want to thank the pod too for a brilliant event.
There we are. Thank you very much to Brown Brothers and their crew. Amazing. And of course, their legendary fan, Mr. Jeff Stilwell, who incidentally interrupted our podcast with them by phoning at that time. So hello, Jeff, as well. Right, so Dan, it's been a brilliant start to it all. But coming up this week, we've got John Giles. So that will be, obviously, you've got it now. That will be out on Tuesday, of course, so you know it's coming. Then the likes of the people I will be catching up with, hopefully, in the very near future, Colin Miller, Alan Bates from Back to Racing, story for next week with Brian Pateman. Hello to Bill Underwood. Hello, Bill. Possibly be catching up with Julie Braskett, which is the Nitro Goddess, Eva Davis, Nick Davis, and Jeff Stewart on his Bonneville Awards and record, and hopefully maybe even Tony Thacker. So that's an interesting one because Tony Thacker, amazing achievements in the drag racing world and obviously in the land speed record as well. So yeah, Dan, it's all coming up.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think we're going to change your rhythm slightly, aren't we? Because at the moment you guys are putting out your interviews on a Tuesday and a Friday. But because we're going to be putting out this weekly news show, Dragging On a Friday, Dave, you may not be aware of this yet, so humble apologies. But their plan is to put your interviews out on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then Fridays will be the Dragging On show. So, Nigel, you're going to have a lot of content going out on your Stepping Out with Nigel channel, aren't you?
Absolutely. Coming up, yeah, we've got a lot of people lined up as well, which is really, really nice. We're going to be talking to people at the end of or after the Euro finals that have been through in and so on, catching up with them. A lot of people up north. I even want to be doing one with Jane Kay as well. She's sort of making me come back on a motorbike. So all of these people are sort of coming back through the fore as well. And obviously, you know, the new people are in the game as well. And hopefully at some point we'll be catching our junior dragsters.
That'd be great. That'd be really cool. I know my kids are really keen to have a chat with you about the world of junior dragster. And you're coming down my neck of the woods. So I'm based down near Ringwood, Bournemouth way. And you're heading down this way, aren't you? So if there's anybody that's kind of in that M3, M27 corridor, Southampton, you know, or anywhere around that area, then perhaps they can get in touch with you and you can have a chat with them.
I mean, obviously we will be catching up with Dave Wilson.
Yeah.
And other people around that way as well. So Dave, we're coming for you.
He'll be delighted to know that. Mate, the only other point was to mention the sponsors. Shall I just quickly do that as well? If that's
yes, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I mean, none of what you do, Nigel, is possible without the help of your sponsors, of which there are a few, and it's a growing list. Obviously, I mentioned I love being associated with you and being a part of it. So Tide Marketing, sponsor Nigel, www.tide.marketing. That's it. And you can find out a bit more about what we do. Obviously, the amazing Jeff Stilwell, we've mentioned him a few times, the 7707 Redline Oil sponsored land speed team. There's a lot of news to come from Jeff. I know you're going to be featuring in the coming weeks. Flexi Waste, www.flexiwaste.com. I believe that's Mr. Steve Ashdown's company, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
And then, of course, Jeff and Belinda Ball, Jeff Ball Race Engines and Performance Parts. So thank you to our sponsors. If there's anyone else who might be interested in getting involved in sponsoring, again, just give Nigel a shout and he'd love to hear from you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Great stuff. And we'll be back next Friday. Also, don't forget to tune in to Stepping Out of Nigel, the podcast.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, guys. It's been amazing.
Thanks, Dave. And Dan, thank you very much.
All right. Well done, chaps. We'll speak to you all soon. Take care. We'll see you next week. All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.